Good afternoon, tribe. Thanks for clicking this video. Today we're talking about diversification. What's the point? If I know one thing is really good, why shouldn't I put all of my money into that and go to the moon? What's the whole point of diversification? Today we get into why it's important, the benefits of it, and how diversifying can actually make you more wealthy than focusing on whatever you think is the best option. I appreciate you for clicking this video. Like always, hit that like, share, subscribe. Make sure you comment, because whoever's comment is first on this video, they will be noted up here. That's just like my little thank you for taking the time to do that. I appreciate it as I try to grow this channel. Enjoy the video.
Doing numbers like I'm MJ and Dash Jackson and Jordan. Boy, I'm killing y'all boring. Time to give the world what they really need. That's the HOMIE.
Good afternoon, tribe. This will be Mammoth Money Mondays. And today we're going to talk about diversification. What's the point? Why should we diversify? Today, I think I'll try to, maybe I'll do this without the slides. I have the slides, but I'm going to just let you look me in my eyes while we talk about this. And we'll just see if that's better or if showing the slides. I do have a couple pictures I will show you, but for the most part, I think I'll probably go without. So to get started, diversification. I'm gonna give you 3 reasons why diversifying your portfolio is super important. So first off is risk reduction. And basically, if you have one company, that means you have one life. So if something happens and freaking, I don't know, you put all your money into Nike because you just love their shoes, and I don't know, something happens, the CEO of Nike says something super racist and they get canceled and the entire Nike stock takes a dive, there goes your whole portfolio. You just lost a ton of money because of one person's actions. So diversifying helps lower your risk because it's spread out. It'd be much better if 10 different CEOs had to say racist things for your whole portfolio to take that dive. I don't know why I went with racist stuff, but you get what I'm saying. Don't get canceled. Don't have one company because then you only have one life. So another reason to diversify is for potential for balanced returns. So let's say different things have different eras in which they will prosper, right? So as an example, I wrote down gold, tech, and pharma, right? Those are 3 totally different fields, but during different times in history, they'll profit more, right? So some people like to put a lot of money into gold because they believe, gold standard, gold's like the oldest, right, form of currency. So it's tried and true. It's still around. It's been around for ages. It would make sense that putting money there would be a safe bet. While it may not grow as quickly as a technology stock, how many times have technology stocks rolled over and new companies taken over where the old technologies were? Nothing's rolled over and took over where gold was. So that's always a good bet, but that's a good reason to use both, right? Maybe you want to put some into gold for safety, but you want to put a little more into tech because it's growing more. And then maybe as that grows, you can start hedging off of it and putting some more of that into gold. And then also put pharma because maybe tech stocks are doing good, but I don't know, China goes crazy. They make a whole bunch of stuff better than the American technology stocks you have now. Boom, there goes your portfolio. Maybe you want to balance it out, throw in some pharmaceutical, some medical companies in there, or maybe you want to go to like banking or credits because maybe we're always going to have those. Visa's going crazy right now. Maybe you want to get into the food industry. Kava's going crazy right now. These are just different sectors in which you can put your money into. So even when your favorite company, we'll go back to Nike, is going flat, maybe your Apple or your Nvidia stock is going up because right now there's a technology boom. But who knows? Maybe a medical boom would be the next thing, or maybe a banking boom will be the next. So it's good to have a balance in your portfolio because you never know what's going to be going up, and it's always nice to have that option. And then the last part is more opportunity. So for this one, I noted Shark Tank, right? Let's go with, Mark Cuban, right? Pretty famous guy, super, super rich. Everybody knows he owned the Dallas Mavericks and he's into a whole bunch of technology things. But on Shark Tank, he invests in tons of junk. and people's arts and crafts business, people's toys that go in the bathtub business. These are a whole bunch of things that has nothing to do with his, main thing. But in diversifying, he's opened himself up to more opportunity, because maybe one of these companies he invests in turns into a $100 million company. And now, since he owns his 20% of it, boom, now he has $20 million just because he invested, that 200,000 at the beginning. So basically what I'm saying is open yourself up to diversity can also give you more opportunity to have higher earnings, because you're open to other sectors that you may not have been privy to before. So hopefully all that makes sense. Actually, I will show you this picture. Green window, this thing. Boom. All right. So another way to diversify is by investing into an ETF, an index fund, or a mutual fund. I just put all three of them up here because they're generally about the same things. All right, so easy way to explain what an index fund is do you want Foot Locker or do you want the entire mall? So if you want Foot Locker, that's like putting your money into one stock, right? You buy Apple, and I'm putting all $1,000 I have into Apple. Or would I prefer to put all $1,000 I have into the entire mall? That's the difference, right? This is another way of diversifying, where you can buy just one index fund, just one ETF, or even a portion of it. And now, instead of all of your money going into Apple, as you can see big in the middle of this, you can put all of your money into everything on this screen, right? If you actually look around, you'll notice Google's in there, Tesla's in there, Facebook, Microsoft, JP Morgan Bank, Apple, Walmart, Disney, Johnson and Johnson, GE, right? Amazon, just tons of different stocks. Actually, 500 stocks to be exactly, because this is a picture of the S&P 500. This is from a couple years ago. Another fun thing about the S&P 500, they will actually remove and add companies to the top 500 companies on the stock market based on how they're performing. So this is from a few years ago. I think you'll probably notice, I don't think NVIDIA is on here. And it's because it wasn't doing that hot back then. But now, if you go look at the most recent version of the S&P 500, NVIDIA is one of the top ones because it's going crazy. So I am a big advocate for putting money into index funds and ETFs because it's just a lot safer, right? Even if Apple, were to go down, and Apple's such a small portion of this entire 500 companies, it's not going to hurt you as bad as if you just bought Apple outright by itself. So another way to diversify, put money into ETFs, index funds, and mutual funds. Off the top of my head, QQQ is a great one, and VOO is a great one. That's the one that follows the S&P 500. I have about, I don't know, half. I don't even know if it's half anymore, but it's my second highest holding in the stock market, just so you don't think I'm blowing smoke. Yeah, so I think this is more current, right? You can see NVIDIA over the last 5 years, NVIDIA, Tesla, Supermicro, all of these are some of the highest performing stocks that are inside of the S&P 500, so the top 500 stocks. And that was over the past 5 years, that's over the past 10 years. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so let me get back out of this, right? Now you saw it. So diversifying further, we can talk about, outside of the stock market, you can put money into crypto, right? Everybody loves crypto. If you're not a part of our, market group, I'll throw a link down in the bottom, go join it. We have an expert who talks about crypto every single week. And we also have an expert who talks about analysis and how to read charts and invest more properly into the stock market. And another place that you can invest is into real estate. Hello, Ryan. I know, but you come up here, just hello. You good? You trying to jump in this?
Aren't you doing something?
I am. I'm recording.
So why did you just stop?
Because you walked in. Anyways, So another way to diversify your portfolio is to put money into real estate. Real estate is something that I'm pretty heavy into. A majority of my personal money is either in real estate or in the stock market. It's very rare that I keep much money in my savings because at this point, it just doesn't really benefit me as much as investing it into other areas. And then last but not least is investing in self. That's maybe the most important. The only reason I'm able to do stuff in the stock market and do stuff in real estate and do stuff with business and in life is because I've invested in myself. I've invested time into researching on the internet, watching YouTube videos, reading books, joining mastermind groups and learning from peers and people I've never heard of. All of that was investments in myself to put myself into position to be a successful person for not just myself, but my family and friends too, I guess, since I share the info. So definitely invest in yourself, but real estate and crypto are pretty good investments as well. And last but not least, my book recommendation for today is Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. If you have not heard of this book, it's probably the most famous wealth building book probably in the world. This is where lots of your favorite finance personalities started off. This is the book that they read that kind of broke their mindset on thinking that you have to work for your entire life to make a decent living, thinking that having 2 or 3 jobs makes you wealthier than having one job. Only earning money to spend it on bills as opposed to earning money to invest for your future. Just all those things. He goes over it in a very nice way where he explains how his own father taught him and how his best friend's father taught him and how different their ideas were on money and how to go about making them. But he saw how his father was not rich and he saw how this other father was rich. And that's how he refers to them as his rich dad and his poor dad. Definitely check it out if you are having trouble understanding some of the concepts that I'm throwing around, or if you're like, man, this stuff just don't make sense. I'll never get rich. All this stuff is just for people with money. I don't have money, so they're not talking to me. Nope. You start with nothing and you build it up. The longer you spend being sad on yourself and not doing that, the longer it's going to take you to get to where you're supposed to be. But all of you can make it there. I guarantee that. Okay. So that's pretty much it. That's Mammoth Money Mondays. If you have any questions, throw them down in the comments. If you want to learn more or want to talk about your own personal financial situation, I'm always down to talk to people. My website is mammothmoneymindset.com. Hit it up. I got it updated. It looks pretty nice. Just go look at it just to look at it. You ain't got to press nothing. And my name is Darius Lester, and this has been Mammoth Money Mondays. Enjoy your night.